Hey, what's up? Hello, it's Leah. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Okay, yeah. Last night was the Bachelor finale. It was interesting. I want to do a little recap / my opinion on just what went down. Team Barb or Team Madi, like, where are we standing on this? It was a hot mess of a episode. It was just of a season of a women tell all of everything. Everything was a hot mess from beginning to end. There was way too much drama, way too much focus on the drama rather than focusing on the relationships and all of that. It was more just like Real Housewives vibes. Like, it was just way too focused on the drama from the get-go. Let's get into it. Start from the beginning of this episode where we see it's about to happen, where Peter is going to propose to Hannah Ann. He proposes. She says yes. In the middle of his proposal, he says Madison, which, why are you even bringing up another woman during your proposal? That was strike number one. I was watching it with my sisters and my brother. We all thought he had called her Madison. That's what I thought the slip up was going to be. But he was like, Madison left 2 days ago. Oh, so I'm your only option, is what Hannah Ann is thinking. She later says that she felt really like on the spot and pressured kind of in the moment. Obviously he's getting down on one knee. She's like, okay, yes, like this is the moment that this has all been leading up to. Yeah, I'll marry you. So it goes on. We talk to Peter and he's like talking, whatever. I'm mad at Peter, so moving on. I just want to get to the end, mainly. Comes to a month later, or a month. There's a month span time where Hannah Ann and Peter have not seen each other, have not really talked much. And she gets there and you can tell she's just not really that happy. And they start talking about like how they haven't talked in a month, and she's like, you know what, like I feel like such a second option. This isn't fair. You took like my first engagement, you took that moment away from me, which I felt was wrong because he for sure wasn't 100% for sure that he wanted to be with her. And he kind of settled in his mind. I think Hannah Ann would have been a great partner for him if he had been 100% in. She would have loved him endlessly and like just been such a good partner for him, but he didn't love her as much, and it was so unfair that he even put her through that and took that from her. Everything she said was true, and I really think that she was in the right in that situation. She leaves, she gives the ring back, she's done. She comes out on stage and she just really lets him have it. And this whole time they're doing the playbacks, Barb, who is Pete's mother, is clapping for Hannah Ann. Like, she has this stone cold face and is just like clapping for Hannah Ann. Obviously, we saw from the episode before that she was definitely team Hannah Ann, and she wanted Peter to pick Hannah Ann. Was so excited when Peter said that he picked her and was engaged to her. She was so ecstatic. And then you see from the get-go that she is not happy. Therefore, we know that the outcome probably isn't in that favor. Like I said, Hannah Ann comes out, pretty much lets Peter have it again. Just like saying like, you were not a real man. You like shouldn't have done that to me. And she's right. And she looked so hot doing it. I was like, yes, girl, go off, sis. Like, she was really just like speaking her truth. So then we go to the scene where Chris Harrison decides to go talk to Madison. I know that the Bachelor producers work some magic. They do. They put on a show for us every single season, and they really pull some strings behind the scenes to make it work. This is when Chris Harrison goes to Madison's and says, Peter's single. He broke off his engagement because his feelings for you. And I have very mixed emotions about this. I think that Madison should have been told somehow that they were no longer together. But I don't think that it should have been Chris Harrison kind of lying, saying that he broke off his engagement for you. Because that wasn't the case. Peter didn't even know that Chris Harrison was going there. So Madison's like, yeah, I do still love him. Yeah, I guess we're going to LA. So then it shows a plane flying to LA. And I guess Peter's standing there supposedly waiting for Chris Harrison. And Madison walks up. He's so excited to see her. You can see that he's really happy to see her. And they start talking, and this whole time it feels so orchestrated. It was like, if Peter really wanted to go after her, I think that he would have by himself. I mean, I'm sure cameras would have followed him, but I think that should have been a decision that he made to reach out to her. Who knows how he was feeling about Hannah Ann in that moment, how he was coping with that whole thing. He had just seen Madison leave, then decided to get engaged to Hannah Ann. Who knows what phase his emotions were in at that time. And then Madison shows back up and is like, oh yeah, like I made a mistake. I want to be together. After saying already that she doesn't really feel compatible with him. She says this at the beginning during their final date, that she thinks that their lifestyles and their thoughts on where they want their life to be were so different. And then goes back and is like, love conquers all. I think that definitely love is an important part of a relationship, but so are all of your fundamental beliefs and morals and what makes you you. And we have seen that they're on two very different pages. This is why, obviously, Barb is very unhappy. Madison is then brought out on stage after the scene. And they start talking. They said they've been talking, that they love each other, and that they want to see where it goes, where it can go from here. Barb is asked, what do you think? She's like, she made us wait 3 hours to even come in. So rude. I could just tell like that Peter was giving up so much and she's not giving up anything, which I don't think Peter really has given up anything, but I also don't think Madison has either. I think that no one in this situation is right, really. I don't think Peter handled it correctly. I don't think Barb handled it correctly. And I don't think Madison handled it correctly. I think what Barb should have done, I think Barb should have said, you know what? I'm going to support my adult son and his decisions, but I don't agree with what he's doing. Instead of coming at her like that and trying to make personal attacks on Madison and kind of sway everyone's opinion. I was watching this a little tipsy, so I was like, yeah, go off, Barb. I just don't think that she really handled it in the best way, definitely. But I don't also think that she was wrong in what she was saying about them not being compatible, their lives not lining up. I mean, Peter is someone who does from what they're saying, just like to go out, have fun, drink, go out clubbing, have sex. He obviously likes those things and it's important to him in a relationship. But as anyone, it is important in a relationship to be compatible and have similar lifestyles and similar desires and just similar things that you like to do together. I think that is important. And not saying that clubbing and going out is the most important thing, but if that's what Peter likes to do, and we've seen that Madison doesn't drink, then I don't see how their lives are gonna line up. Madison's parents are very involved in her life. Pete's parents are very involved in his life. He still lives with them. And I mean, I'm not sure if Madison still lives with her parents, but whenever Chris Harrison showed up, I believe it was at her parents' house. So it makes me think that she does still live with her parents. I don't think that he's going to want to move to Alabama, and I don't think she's going to want to move to LA. I think that they're both going to want to, you know, stay in their separate spaces. And in the beginning of a relationship, of course, you can make that work, but eventually one of them is going to have to compromise. And I don't think either of them are going to have to compromise their situation where they're close and in, you know, really close capacity with their family. You can like see that I'm wearing my pajama pants, but I put on like a shirt that will probably look cute, but okay. I just don't think that it would necessarily work out. And I think that's what Peter's parents were saying. But did Barb need to go off like that? Absolutely not. I don't think she needed to make personal attacks to sway everyone's opinion of Madison. I think that it was all done very tastelessly. But at the same time, I don't think she was wrong to say that she doesn't think that their relationship shouldn't start out in such a rocky and compromising place. Like, they should be in a really happy time, not in a time like, okay, well, what do I have to give up to be with you? What do I have to give up to be with you? It should be like, this is really working. We're really vibing. Our lifestyles would work really well together. Like, I don't think that they're necessarily in a place like that. And from the get-go, you could see that this wasn't the ideal situation for Madison. She didn't want to see someone who was going to be kissing other girls or sleeping with other girls or dating other girls at all. But she was on The Bachelor, and she should have understood that he had other relationships to explore, but not make him feel so awful about exploring those relationships. And she immediately was like, I have given up so much for you. That's what I didn't like about the whole situation coming from her. Like I said, I don't think Barb did the right thing. I think she was so overly dramatic and theatrical throughout the whole episode, whole last 2 episodes. And she should back off a little bit on her, like I said, adult son. Overall, though, I think that Peter and Madison probably won't work out. Obviously, Hannah Ann's, I'm thinking she might show up on Paradise. I don't know. I could see her being on Paradise. Can't see Madison being on Paradise. I think that her and Peter might explore their relationship a little bit longer, but we'll overall find that it's not really gonna work because they really would have to they would both have to find different lifestyles, and I don't know. I just don't see it working. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I would love to see them be happy, but I just don't think that that's how this one ends. I don't know. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below, are you Team Madi, Team Hannah Ann, or Team Barb? But at this point, no one's Team Peter. We're like, what are you doing, dude? This episode ends with him bringing out Claire, the new Bachelorette, which I'm really excited to finally have like a mature, older person as the lead, because I think that we'll kind of be getting away from the whole like Instagram obsessed vibe that we've had the past few seasons. I think that this will be kind of refreshing to see people who are really genuinely ready for a mature relationship. We shall see how that goes. It might be just as big of a shit show. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.